Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something absolutely incredible. We're looking at the exact $0 toolkit that focus professionals are using right now, every single day, to unlock massive salaries. We're talking anywhere from $85,000 to $180,000. If you're ready to stop just casually messing around with AI and start systematically overseeing it, well, you're exactly where you need to be. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our highly structured roadmap for today. We're going to start with the $0 toolkit, move right into verify and research, then hit reason and automate, and explore multi-format synthesis. After that, we'll build out your daily 45-minute stack, and finally, we'll talk about your next career move. Section 1, the $0 toolkit, breaking the entry barrier. $0. Literally nothing. I really want to pause here because this is absolutely crucial to grasp before we even touch the software. The cost of this entire career-changing stack is completely free right now. You aren't looking at some expensive, locked-down enterprise system that you have to beg your boss to pay for. You're getting the exact same tools elite professionals use with absolutely zero barriers to entry. No excuses, right? But before we get into the tech, we've got to talk about your mindset, because there is a massive fundamental shift you need to make here. See, an AI user kind of just accepts whatever output they get. They treat it like a really smart search engine doing their homework for them. An AI overseer, on the other hand, they direct the systems. They vigorously verify everything. Your job is no longer doing the manual labor. Your job is to direct the intelligence and oversee the final product. And to do exactly that, we're going to rely on these 5 specific tools: Perplexity, NotebookLM, Claude, Zapier, and Gemini. Lock those 5 names in your head. This right here is your new professional stack. Let's break down how each one of these brings a totally unique superpower to your day. All right, moving into section 2, verify and research. This is all about truth filters and handling private data. We're kicking things off with Perplexity AI. Honestly, this is arguably the most important tool on our list today. Perplexity is your real-time verification engine. A lot of standard bots just pull from older training data, right? Which means you get outdated stats. But Perplexity searches the live internet and gives you a direct citation for every single claim it makes. If you want to catch outdated facts before they embarrass you, this tool is non-negotiable. So how do you actually use it in the real world? Imagine your colleague sends over a drafted market report. You just copy the key claims, drop them into Perplexity, and give it this exact prompt. Verify these 3 claims from a report I received today with current sources, flag anything inaccurate or outdated, and tell me what the correct information is. Boom. In under 60 seconds, you get fully cited verification. It's literally the ultimate safeguard before any document goes to a client. Next up, tool number 2, NotebookLM by Google. Now, this is fundamentally different from Perplexity because it doesn't search the public internet at all. It's like a walled garden. It draws exclusively from the private documents that you upload. So when you're dealing with highly confidential client files or proprietary internal compliance manuals, NotebookLM keeps everything completely private and entirely grounded in your specific sources. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer power of the constraints you can set. You can throw a massive manual at it and use a prompt like, using strictly the uploaded compliance manual and the project plan, identify any procedural gaps. For every gap found, provide the exact quote from the compliance manual and the page number. Do you see what we did there? By forcing it to give you the exact page number, you're getting high-fidelity gap analysis with absolutely zero hallucinations. It's bulletproof. And the result? A massive time-to-value collapse. Think about the traditional way. A junior employee might spend 3 grueling days reading through hundreds of pages just to find those procedural gaps. But you, the AI overseer, you spend maybe 5 minutes using NotebookLM to extract exact cited quotes. You're taking days of tedious, mind-numbing work and compressing it into a 5-minute oversight task. It's wild. Section 3, reason and automate. We are getting into deep thinking and hands-free systems. Let's talk about the brains of the operation. Tool number 3 is Claude by Anthropic. Claude is your dedicated reasoning engine. And I want to be super clear about this. You don't use Claude when you're in a rush for a quick fact. You use Claude when you need genuine, deep thinking, structured arguments, and complex synthesis. For long document analysis, it vastly outperforms the other free models. It doesn't just summarize, it builds a highly structured, logical argument for you. For example, let's say you're handed a dense 50-page legal contract. You drop that beast into Claude and hit it with this prompt. You are a senior contract lawyer. Read this document and identify every clause that creates liability risk. Rate severity from 1 to 10 and suggest alternative language. Think step by step. Just like that, a 50-page headache is processed into a highly structured risk assessment in under 5 minutes. In practice, this cuts revision cycles in half and gets your work to executive standards on the very first try. Okay, I'm going to disrupt the flow for a second here. $26,000. That is a massive number. That right there is the average annual value per employee in recovered productivity when they start using our fourth tool, Zapier AI. People are getting back an average of 10 hours every single week. Zapier is the muscle. It turns you into the architect of systems that run 24 hours a day, entirely without you. The best part? You don't need to be a coder. Zapier understands natural language. You literally just type a prompt like, create a workflow that triggers when a new client email arrives in Gmail, summarizes the request using AI, and automatically creates a prioritized task in our project management board with a suggested deadline. You type that one sentence, Zapier builds the entire automation, you hit activate, and boom. Individual chores are instantly transformed into automated pipelines. What used to take half an hour of manual data entry every time an email pinged, now it happens in the background while you grab a coffee. Section 4, Multi-Format Synthesis. Let's look at the ultimate data blender. So the crucial point is that while every other tool we've talked about is heavily text-focused, Google Gemini thinks in multiple formats all at the exact same time. It's the only free tool out there right now capable of looking at images, reading PDFs, crunching spreadsheets, and pulling live data simultaneously in one single prompt. It's insanely underrated. Let's see this blender do its thing. Imagine you need to generate a complex financial overview. You've got a spreadsheet of actual spend, a PDF of future projections, and a JPEG chart of market trends. You upload all three completely different files to Gemini and say, find all mentions of budget variances across these three documents, and generate a table that compares projected versus actual spend. Highlight the three most significant discrepancies. With one click, it reads the sheet, scans the PDF, visually analyzes the image, and spits out one perfectly cohesive table. And here we go, our second massive time collapse. The old analyst approach? That's an entire afternoon, 3 exhausting hours, manually pulling data, switching between windows, and building out a comparison table. The Gemini approach? You're synthesizing a perfectly structured table in under 1 minute. You are literally trading hours of tedious, mind-numbing data entry for mere seconds of high-level AI oversight. Let's move to Section 5 and see how this builds into the daily 45-minute stack. We're turning these individual tools into a full ecosystem. Okay, let's vigorously walk through what your new morning looks like. 8 a.m., you fire up Perplexity. You scan the live internet for industry news and instantly verify whatever claims your boss threw at you yesterday. 8:15 a.m., switch to NotebookLM. Upload the private files that came in overnight and have the AI extract exactly what matters for today. 8:30 a.m., open Claude. Have it draft that complex, deep thinking analysis you need, using the exact private research you just pulled. 9 a.m., check Zapier. Do a quick review of the automated pipelines that literally did your busy work while you were sleeping. Finally, 9:15 a.m., open Gemini. Toss in any messy, mixed format data you have left over and get your clean tables. By 9:45 a.m., you've spent exactly 45 minutes on AI management. Your output? It literally rivals what a traditional 3-person team would grind out in an 8-hour day. Section 6, your next career move. It's time to talk about claiming your premium. Which brings us right to the finish line and, honestly, to the most important question of the day. Will you claim your 17.7% salary premium? Because that is the average raise professionals are commanding when they stop being regular users and step up to become AI overseers. Remember, every single tool in the stack costs $0. You have no excuses left. But how do you actually walk into your manager's office and demand that money? Well, in our upcoming AI Blueprint 101 Explainer, we are going to walk you through the exact conversation you need to have to secure that raise. Do not leave that money on the table. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I really hope this helps you master the tools of the future. See ya.